This Celtics team, obviously, with their switching defense, can be hard to kind of attack. Just what do you think of your guys' ability to get into things offensively?
I thought the fourth quarter, I thought we played great basketball for 3.5 quarters. And then I thought in the fourth quarter, the last 7 minutes, we went away from our execution that we're doing all game. A lot of ISOs, a lot of tough shots. So good learner for us. You know, the one thing when you watch them, they don't do that. They resist. Even in their ISOs, when they're covered, they put the ball on the floor to make plays for each other. I didn't think we did that tonight. It'll be something we can watch on film and clearly improve from. Frustrating tonight in that way, but not upset by it. We'll get better. Chris got great shots that he didn't make, so there's a lot of good things that came out of the game.
One of those shots, we talked the other night about the ultimate green light that Giannis has and kind of the trust that you put in him and the responsibility that goes along with it. That left wing three that he dribbles into, just kind of what's the conversation there?
That was his choice, you know, and we put ownership on each other. Obviously, we wanted something. We didn't go to the basket. We had nothing at the basket the last 4 minutes. Everything was dribble, threes and contested twos. That's not how we play. That's not what we want.
As you watch that, do you think, is that a function of what they were doing, or was it
I think it was more us. I really do. I give them credit. They're a great defensive team, and they pressured us in some spots where you can always move the ball. You can always get downhill to play draw and kick basketball.
I realize shooters will miss shots, but they did miss 17 threes in a row from end to first, everything in the second. What did you like defensively, at least to contest, to close out, and maybe make those difficult looks?
Yeah, I thought we missed as many. You know, so, like, it's funny, one of our guys said, man, they missed 4 threes in a row. I said, we missed 3 in a row. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those games. I don't think anybody shot the ball very well tonight. And that's just how the game goes. I didn't like in that stretch in the first half, I thought they got pretty good looks overall. And then I thought a lot of them were rushed, and we contested a lot. So those I love with. I thought second quarter was our best defensive quarter.
Late, it looked like their offense stalled out a little bit, and that's some of the switching that you're doing. How do you feel like Brooke kind of
I thought Brooke did great. You know, we told him to make them drive inside. The difference is they didn't settle. You know, they kept playing, and I thought we settled. It's night and day the difference in the two teams. They're a made team. They've been through it. They've been through the war together. They understand it, and they play that way. You know, they have the ultimate trust. They'll pass until 1 second on the clock to try to find someone. They did that a couple times, and that's why they are what they are. That wasn't them 2 years ago, and it is them now, and that's what makes them the champions.
You mentioned the pressure they put on you a couple times defensively.
Yeah.
With the way they play, and like you mentioned, running the clock all the way down to get a good shot.
Yeah.
Is that relentless pressure that they put on you at all times when they're sort of hunting the math like that part of where you see sort of the game wear down late because you're not only dealing with the physical?
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that their growth and the way they play and where we have to go was right in front of us, honestly. You know, we were hunting matchups. They were hunting matchups. It was one of those games. I just thought they handled the matchups better than we handled our matchups, is I guess what I'm saying.
Going back to Chris, just over 23 minutes, closed the game, I guess. Was that the threshold? Was he able to go above a threshold? What did you see?
I don't know yet. You know, we'll find that out. He went over his number, I can tell you that. But, you know, it's just a number.
But that speaks to maybe how he's moving.
Though. Like, I will say that you could see him visibly winded early both times. So he's got a ways to go conditioning. You can literally see it. And then TP getting sick, you know, made us shorter at one position. So it's just one of those games.
What has the conversation been with officials about Damian and continuation calls?
Well, listen, I'm not going to get in trouble, but Dame was on the video. And I tell players, I had Lou Williams was on the video, the official video that they showed the league. If you're on that video, you will never, ever get the call because there's no official that wants to make that call and be wrong and then have to go. So I don't know. There was a couple that, one for sure, Dame was shooting, you know. But I'm trying to keep telling them, you're the video child, you know. They're just not going to call it. The only one I didn't like is you can't try to draw one. at the end of the game. And he may have been fouled, he may not, but end of a game with 2 minutes, they're not going to call that. And you can't try to leave it and put it in the officials' hands. You got to go get it.
He had that three on the right wing, semi-transition. Giannis gets into that pick and roll with him. When you're talking about hunting the right shots, is that one of them? That's a good one. That you guys...
anytime he can step into a shot, it's a good shot. I mean, he has the way he shoots it. It's hard to say when he has a bad one, because he makes them.
Three games against him, 3 close games.
Yeah.
He contest. I mean, you wouldn't play him again for another 5 months. But what do you take?
That's crazy.
Yeah. What do you take from these 3 matches?
It's a great question, Gary. I don't know what we take. Like, we take that right now we're in the game with them, but we haven't beaten them. And we do believe we have a big stretch that we're going to get better. We're going to get a lot better. And they will too a little bit, but we will a lot. And so, we hope to play them again in the playoffs, in the late rounds, and we'll see how it goes. But right now, they're the champs, and until someone beats them, they're the champs.